Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, we are just moments away from the tonight's big fight for Deontay Wilder as he takes on Dominic Breazeale and looks to fulfill his WBC mandatory obligations. If you guys are gonna be online later, I will be live. There will be a live fight reaction for Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale. So if you're around the area, come to the live fight reaction. Should be a fun time as they usually tend to be. Deontay Wilder came out recently, and he spoke about an Anthony Joshua unification fight. Obviously, we've been going on for well over a year talking about this damn fight, and here's what was basically said in the article. Wilder believes that all the offers that have been made to him, all of them, have been below market value. That he believes he's worth more. So here's what he said in regards to this, and just his worth and why the fight hasn't happened. He said, I quote, "Most definitely, this fight is worth 100 million. We know the magnitude of this fight. The heavyweight division is so exciting right now. The money is so huge in the sport right now. It's one thing to watch fighters and know what they're capable of doing, but the whole business side is another thing. That's why I appreciate Shelly and my team trying to explain certain things to me, because sometimes it gets complicated for me to even explain. They've been in it for over 30 years. Shelly and Al Heyman together have been in it for over 60 years. So why would they not know the route to go? They know what it takes. They've had all the champions before. They know how to take a fighter to the next level and to the top, and you've got to trust in the people that have years of experience over anyone." 8 months ago, and this is Shelly Finkel talking about the Joshua fight. I quote, "8 months ago, Joshua's team offered 10 million. Then they offered 15 million. Then they offered 20 million. Now they came back with $40 million. Deontay is only getting bigger. So can you imagine what it's going to be when they do fight?" End quote. So, look, we are moments away from Deontay Wilder getting in the ring, and 10 hours from the time I'm shooting this video, the whole heavyweight landscape could change if Dominic Breazeale lands one right hand. So I preface that fight by saying this. I understand their plight. I understand why Shelly Finkel. I understand why Deontay Wilder. They want to bet on themselves, and you know what? Fair play to them. That's their prerogative, particularly from the Wilder side of things. That's his prerogative, because let's have it right. He's got a whole tribe worth of kids. He's got a wife. He's got an expensive lifestyle to maintain. So it's imperative that he feed his family and he get the best deal for himself when it's all said and done. With that being said, he's taking a massive risk. And as early as later on tonight, this money won't even be there if he gets knocked out by Dominic Breazeale. So he can keep doing this, but the onus is on him to keep winning. And we got to look at Wilder's career. We got to look at the concerns that, as an objective fight fan, and I know I'm not the biggest Wilder fan. I know of the big three heavyweights, he's probably my least favorite, but I like Wilder. I've spent money. I've actually, unlike most of you guys who say I'm a hater, I've actually spent money to go to his fights. So before you open up your mouth, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Or why don't you go travel across up the country and go pay money to watch your guy Bronze Bomber fight? I know financially everybody struggles with it, but I'm just saying I put my money where my mouth is, and I've actually supported his career, buying pay-per-views, going his tickets. So I do have some say. Okay. With that being said, he's got a load of hand problems. Like, he's one horrible punch. Like, even if he goes in there and he knocks out Breazeale, puts him just on the canvas, if he punches him the wrong way one time, he's one hand surgery away from having extremely brittle hands, from maybe having to hang his gloves up. He's got steel rods in his hands. Then he had the steel rods, they came out of his hands when he fought Chris Arreola, and he had to get another hand surgery because the guy doesn't punch properly. He doesn't turn his punches properly. He wings his shots. So because of that, he's always in danger to get a hand injury, and he's 33 years old. He has 40 fights in the fight game, in the professional ranks of boxing. So, I understand his sentiments. I understand his plight about wanting to bet himself, but then the question becomes, how much time does this guy really have to bet on himself? Because, anything can happen at any given moment in any fight. You can get knocked out. You can get those rods come out of your hand again, and your hand is even more messed up. So, when I look at Wilder, when I look at all this, I see it as greed. I see it as ego. I see it as, them not really caring about the health of the sport. because right now the heavyweight division is in an odd place because you got all three of these guys. Any one of them could be each one of, because Wilder, Joshua, and Fury all have a legitimate claim to be the #1 heavyweight in the world. Joshua has the best body of work. He's unified titles in 5 years. And he's the cash cow of the division. He's got a legitimate claim. Tyson Fury was the man who beat the man. He is a lineal champion. He beat Vladimir Klitschko when Vlad was the man. And then he came off the couch and outboxed Wilder, got jobbed on the cards. He's got a legitimate claim. Wilder tonight's going for his 9th title defense. He's the longest reigning heavyweight champion in the division. So with that being said, they all have a claim to the throne. But I would say of the three, the guy that's doing the least to prove that he's #1 is Deontay Wilder, because you can't on one end of the spectrum say one face, one name, one champion, and then when the opportunity comes for you to get a career high payday and become one face, one name, one champion, you back out and you renege and you don't want to fight because you're, for whatever the case may be. And now, if he is victorious tonight against Brazil, they already have his next 2 opponents lined up, and that being Luis Ortiz, that being Adam Kownacki. So what they've effectively done is set up a witness protection program for Deontay Wilder. And I know right now I'm talking, and this sounds like a lot of my videos, but I have to keep saying this to get this out there and shed light on the bullshit and the fuckery that's going on with Deontay Wilder's career, because there's a lot of boxing fans out there that are being led astray. There's a lot of boxing fans out there that are being deceived. And on True School Sports, when you come here, you shall not be deceived. You will get it raw and rugged no matter whether you like it or whether we don't like it. That's why at the end of all my videos I say, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania, And we straight out of Dania, as the shirt says. So look, Deontay Wilder, by all means, get your money. But if Brazil knocks your ass out tonight, if he lands and just puts your lights out for whatever the case may be, boxing fans as a collective, as a whole, we don't want to hear shit about how anything. We don't want to hear anything. We don't want to hear excuses. We don't want to hear anything. We don't want to hear anything about money, because now you have a loss. You got a loss on your record, and we've seen fighters who are better than who have had better careers than Deontay Wilder, who have suffered the first loss of their career, get treated like absolute shit. So we're gonna continue to hold that standard if he does lose tonight, and that's what we will do if he loses tonight. So listen, I'll be honest with you. I like Wilder. He's fun to watch. He's always in exciting fights, but because of just the blatant, and I for a time maybe you could argue he wasn't ducking like last year, and maybe Joshua's team were manipulating the situation because people made those arguments, and I listened to them. But this year, when he turned that DAZN deal down, it's blatant ducking, and now they set up his next 2 fights after this. If he wins, it's witness protection. It's the closest thing to a witness protection program in boxing, and we're calling it out as such. So yeah, just if you don't take anything else from this video, take this away. If Wilder loses tonight, we don't want to hear shit about Deontay Wilder and anything about money, anything about anything, because you had the chance to do some great things, and you're pussyfooting around, you're fucking around, and you tricked off the opportunity to be great. So, I will enjoy tonight's fights. I will be live for it. I wish fighters the best tonight, Brazil and Wilder. I wish them both health and safety, because both of them are coming for blood. I believe that this fight will end in a very quick knockout. Hopefully it goes 6 rounds or more. If it goes 6 rounds or more, I think it has a chance to be the fight of the year. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you come and tune in live later on to the live fight reaction. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Deontay, if you win this fight, stop pussyfooting around. Fight AJ. Fans want to see it. You're gonna get enough money. Don't be greedy.